The big question on my back pages today is, are there too many books about the Beatles? I think there probably are. Does that mean I'm going to stop buying them? Of course not. Hello, my name's Adam. Welcome back to My Back Pages, the music book vlog to accompany my musical walking tours of London. It's the impossible task today, trying to go off the beaten track, off the Beatle track, if you will, looking for obscure details about the world's most famous band. What's left to say? Well, as you saw with the introduction there, it seems plenty. A huge pile from my rock and roll library of Beatles books, both good and bad. We're going to return to the Beatles more than once in this series, but I'm going to attempt here to nod you in the direction of something a little bit different. The fifth Beatle, the Brian Epstein story in graphic novel form. The Fifth Beatle, the Brian Epstein story, written by Vivek J. Tiwari, art by Andrew C. Robinson with Kyle Baker, the lettering by Steve Dutro. The team behind this telling of the story of the Beatles' manager, Brian Epstein. The focus of the story is pre-1967, before the decriminalisation of homosexuality, when Epstein and many others were forced to live as criminals in the eyes of the law for their natural sexuality. It creates a climate of fear and loathing, a climate in which it's very difficult to exist in the glow of the most famous act in the whole history of show business. I think first and foremost the story is beautifully illustrated, lovingly illustrated, taking us from Epstein's early days as a record store owner in Liverpool to his first moment when he meets and signs the Beatles, right through to his untimely death at the age of 34 in 1967. There exists already a biography of Brian Epstein put together from various different sources, including his own autobiography, A Cellar Full of Noise, a great read, fairly difficult to come by an original version of that these days. Have a look on eBay, quite expensive. But this is dedicated entirely to Epstein's story. It tells everything from his point of view, the highs, the new pinnacles, the new successes, the success that brings such emptiness to his personal life. Lovingly illustrated, really very moving. The collected edition features a number of extras, including sketches for the original artwork, and notes on the writer's process. It's a fascinating documentary section on the making of a really very beautiful book, the Brian Epstein story in graphic novel form. In terms of London locations relating to this book, you should head off to Monmouth Street in the West End of London, where you'll find a plaque dedicated to Brian Epstein on the first location for his offices here in London upon his move down from the Great Northern Seaport of Liverpool. Do go and look at that. You can, of course, go in the company of my colleague Richard on one of his Beatles walks. You can join me on the Rock and Roll London walk as well. And we'll go in search of Brian Epstein, among many other things. Thanks for watching this episode of My Back Pages. Join us again next time